Rory in New Zealand?
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. So I was just calling, obviously, I mean, the whole world has been watching the US elections. I was just wondering what your point of view is with the separation of church and state. I mean, I know that's particularly in America, the founding fathers, obviously, that was their goal, but do you think it's really happened?
If you're asking where we stand, I think the fact that I say for the separation of church and state should be a big clue at the beginning of every single show. Do I think it's happened? Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah. So what do you think? What could be done to actually help? It seems like none of the candidates, nobody really wants to change anything.
Well, I mean, one of the things that would help a lot in this country is if we actually started enforcing the IRS rules on churches participating in, or, actually promoting a particular candidate or a political party. That sort of involvement in partisan politics is specifically prohibited by IRS rules. Specifically, the 501c3 rule, which churches are 501c3 religious organizations, just like the ACA is a 501c3 educational organization. The difference is that once you declare yourself to be a church, you no longer have to follow some of the same rules that other nonprofits have to follow. So I think two things. If we actually enforced that provision and basically removed their tax-exempt status if they violate the rule, that would help. The other thing is if we force churches to follow the same rules as every other 501c3 organization, I think that would help a lot too.
Right. Yeah. No. So I was just calling about that. Because we've been watching it, and I live in New Zealand, and we're quite fortunate that if you ask any politician over here, what they believe in, they'll change the subject. They won't talk about it at all.
Well, and the thing is, I think that if somebody asks a politician what they believe, I have no problems with the politician answering that question, whatever the answer is. The big question for me, when I take a look at a politician is, will this politician use their religious beliefs as a basis for public policy? And if the answer is yes, then we have a problem.
Yeah, a little bit of historical context here. When John F. Kennedy ran for president in 1960, I hope I've got that history right.
Yep, I think that's right.
Thanks. John Kennedy ran for president in 1960, and he was the first Catholic president in the United States. Mm-hmm. And one of the big things that the Nixon camp ran against him was, we can't trust a Catholic in office because he's going to be beholden to the Pope, and he's not going to be supportive of American religious liberty ideals.
Right.
And Kennedy gave a speech which I think is worth looking up on YouTube, because it is a textbook answer of a great way to answer that question, which was basically, yeah, I'm Catholic and I believe it seriously, and I understand that U.S. law trumps anything that my religious beliefs might tell me, and I will faithfully uphold and execute the law. And that's really all the principle of church and state separation is about. It's not about saying no politician should have any personal religious beliefs or talk about them in any context. And we as atheists generally don't or shouldn't care what the personal beliefs are. A lot of people went after Mitt Romney by listing the tenets of Mormonism.
Right.
And I'm like, there are so many good reasons not to like Mitt Romney. Who cares if his set of wacky beliefs is different from the wacky beliefs of most other politicians?
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, well, I suppose that's really all I was calling for. So.
Okay.
All right.
Well, wish us luck. However you think the election should turn out, we don't know.
Yeah.
Just on a side note, I think what you guys are doing is just brilliant. And I think we need
you.
more people like you in the world.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right. Bye.